It is February 26, 2025. We're right here by the front door entrance and the driveway on the side of the house, just slightly from there, where we have the clean out for the sewer pipe. We're going to here inspect the property at 5053 Keeney Street in La Mesa, California, 91942. We've got some dogs in the backyard, so we're going to start with this first clean out, which is probably the only one we may need for the sewer system here. We'll see. Now we only have a clean out. Looks like it's headed back into the property here. The lid did not look like it had ever been opened possibly. Now we don't see any wear indicator marks. Oops, sorry, we got some debris on the face of our camera here. Let me show this real quick. So a lot of times if the lines hadn't been snaked or maintained, we'll see wear indicator marks on the perimeter here of the circumference of this clean out, and we just didn't see any. So unlikely they've had any issues with the system, but we'll find out if there's anything going on here. It is plastic ABS. The place was built in the 90s, so that's when we started to completely use it by then. Here's the entrance to the system. It looks like you can see a little bit of water here. We can see a vertical drop, so we probably have something initially entering into the system right here. We haven't gone inside the property to see the exact layout of the position of bathrooms, kitchen, etc., laundry. So let's look inside the system here. You got a little bit of just funky debris on the bottom, which is nothing, but it's causing a little bit of debris to hold up on the lens of the camera. There's nothing wrong with the pipe. Doesn't need to be cleaned or anything. A little bit of staining water from a little bit of poor slope that they put on the pipe right here. So you can see there's a little bit of standing water in the system, about a little over 13 feet in, and there shouldn't be any, of course. There's supposed to be downhill slope on the pipe. So it looks like we have what's called a little belly or a sag to the system here. You can see a little bit of toilet paper there, a little bit more toilet paper there. Now this looks like to be a 3-inch pipe, might have gone into a 4-inch, and so you can see there's just that one little spot where we've got about a 5 foot section, I would say, that's holding water. We come right out of there. We don't have any other heavy debris, and this unit is occupied, so I don't see that that's being a problem of any type. Literally, I think if you got some buildup in the system that somehow tried to clog the system, which is very unlikely, you could literally open up this sewer clean out, probably jam the garden hose in here and turn it on full blast, and it would flush out the line and any little debris or buildup. So not a concern at all, to be honest with you. Got a little turn on the line right here, going through a T-system. A little bit of debris in our lens. But we can see it's all plastic pipe. Everything looks good here. Just a little bit of fat and grease. There's some debris buildup on the bottom of the system. It's called channeling. There's a T-junction right here, we can see. Sorry, that debris is kind of blocking the pipe kind of heavy. We're going to pause for 1 second and get some water down the system. Okay, so we pulled back our camera about that 10 feet or so where we had that debris kind of sitting, blocking a real good view of the system. So you can see the water that we ran is still going down there, so we'll back up even a few feet further, all the way back to about the 27-foot mark here. Water is starting to slow down now, so we'll go ahead and continue with the inspection here. Now we've got a much better view. Here's a T-junction picking up another portion of the main sewer system. This is a 2-story unit here, so we wouldn't be able to really go up on the roof, but again, those vertical lines will be fine. So this is that little bit of buildup we saw, we call channeling. On plastic, it's not a big deal. Cast iron, you get a little bit more worried, but this is plastic, so it's not a concern. So just a lot of fat, grease, food that just sat and it kind of accumulated in the system there. It's a very small amount. Continue downstream here. Another turn on the line right here. still all plastic ABS. So we're not really finding anything wrong so far. We're looking for objects, construction debris. Again, any big sags or bellies that are really inappropriate as far as their depth and going to cause a problem. Any root intrusions, improper turns on the line, etc. Just a little bit of buildup in the pipe right here. Okay, we've got a little bit of standing water right here again. And we'll see how deep this gets. Let's see here. So we're going to see we're starting at about 72 feet. There we go, we're out of that already. So it was just a miniature spot there, really nothing. But a little bit of fat and grease at the end of this because it's being slowed down to move through the system, but it's very minor, doesn't need a cleaning, not a real concern. Looks like we got a big turn on the line right here. This might be the full vertical drop where it's going into the system to connect. And yeah, we can see the green belt PVC. So now we're basically outside the house a good distance, and we're looking, our camera's hanging down at about a 45-degree angle already, and then it's about to jump into from the black ABS to the green PVC pipe. And this is what they put in at the new construction phase for the streets, and then coming back into like a lot like this. This is an HOA with, I believe, 4 or 5 units. So this becomes essentially then the common line / city line right here. So at about 80 some odd feet, we're out to the point where it's going to be past the responsibility of this homeowner. But we're going to go ahead and run some water through the line because we're out such a long distance and through so many turns. We can't push a little bit further just to see how this turns once again. So we're going to turn the water back on here. It's going to take a minute or so to catch up to the 80-foot distance the camera's out, and then we'll see a big cascade of water. Probably hide most of the view of the camera, but again, we're at 81 feet 9 inches right here, the beginning of this green pipe. We're going to see if we can just get a little bit into it just to make sure. Highly unlikely there's going to be any issues. Again, the whole system is plastic, which is what you want to see. We've got 2 small little sags in the line, that one that was about 5 foot long, and that other one that was barely a foot long approximately. So either of them are not a concern for us. We don't see that they're ever going to need any type of scheduled maintenance. Okay, here's our water going by. So we're going to see if we can push into this and down just a little bit. Again, probably not going to get super far, but we'll see how far we can get. We are getting quite a few feet. It looks like we got all the way to the full drop. So let me go ahead and shut the water off here. Okay, we're at 91 feet 5 inches. We're going to go ahead and pause the video while all this water has to run by. It's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, so again, we pushed out over 91 feet. As you can see here, we've got water running, so we are all the way out to the common line right here. So if the main sewer ever did back up on the system, the standard 100-foot cables that every plumber uses to clean out a main would be able to reach it. I don't see that's ever going to be necessary for this property, but at least we verified that and got through those last turns and distance. So we're looking at, again, all the water the neighbors using property. We're going to back up. There's our T drop into the system. A little bit of water going by our pipe right here still. Maybe even common line still. You see we're hanging vertically down. This is literally a vertical pipe darn near. So nothing's going to hang up on that, being plastic. And as we turn through the system right here, there's this turn back up and across. So the occupants are probably inside the house right now using the facilities because they are home. Because we shut off our water, but at least we got a crystal clear view of everything, and we know that there's really nothing to be worried about on the system. Those two sag bellies in the line holding water, again, are pretty much inconsequential, nothing to worry about. So nothing's required on this system. It's all in good condition, has a clean bill of health. So that concludes this recording.